Hey guys, what is up? Lazy here. I'm going to be going over one of my ranked games that I just played not too long ago. It was pretty recent. And I'm going to be telling you guys what I do right, what I do wrong, everything in between. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, but this is actually a pretty decent ranked game where I did some good stuff, I did some bad stuff, I did a lot of good stuff, and that's the stuff I want to point out because that's the stuff that's going to mostly help you guys. So we're going to go over this ranked game, and I'm just going to be telling you guys everything that I did right that you should do, and everything that you shouldn't do that I did wrong. So right here with the bans, I really didn't do much. I kind of went and got water, but Cali was a good ban by the other team. It was a ban that I really like because, I don't know, Cali's just been really powerful lately, and she's kind of sometimes annoying to play against. Plus on this map, there's a lot of reinforcements that you have to do for the rooms that we were playing, so, but we were attacking first, so it was smart for them to ban Cali. Blitz, not the best ban in the world. It really doesn't matter all too much. Echo, pretty good ban. Echo can be very annoying on this map, especially on bomb. Echo is just kind of an annoying op to play against. And Capcan was another good ban by them because on this map it is a pretty wide map and you have to enter through pretty far because of how much this map echoes, and you have to really come inside in this map to actually get kills. There's not really many ways you can get kills from the outside, so Capcan is a good operator to ban by their part, even though they're defending first. But that probably means that they don't play Capcan all that much. Right here, I was still AFK, I think I get back in time to choose my operator, though. Yeah. So it's always good to spawn with your team. You know, sometimes it's good to spawn. I decided to at first play support, and this is actually a really bad idea. Jackal was already support, Blackbeard's already support, and Buck is already support. We only had one fragger on this whole thing. Blackbeard can be considered a fragger, and Buck kind of can, but mainly out of all these guys are people that sit back. Jackal, you know, he's a 2-speed, he can track and then let his 3-speed, you know, companions actually go get the kills. So me choosing Dokkaebi was actually a really bad idea, though it would kind of work in play with Jackal, but I didn't have any communication with my teammates. They were all in a party. They would come in every once in a while and say some like good clutch or whatever, but they weren't talking to me at all, which was kind of unfortunate. I actually got mad sometime in the middle because I was getting pinched and there was nothing I could do. I mean, there was some stuff that would have helped me out, which you guys will see, but so right here, they already found the objective. I wasn't too worried about droning. I was more worried about keeping my drone alive. But I was going to go towards and just at least get my drone in a spot that would be helpful at least. So, kind of left my drone just outside the door. Didn't want to go inside and get destroyed, hoping it wouldn't get broken. Over here, I'm just checking a couple of the spawn peaks. Readjusting my analog stick there. I heard that window break and I was looking up there. A guy started putting it up. My late reaction, I probably could have got that kill, which was really unfortunate. I did get a look at the hands and it looked like a Mozzie, so I knew that was probably Mozzie or Jaeger. My teammate did notice me shooting at it though, so the Buck did try to throw a grenade up there. Fortunately, he didn't get the kill. So I'm going to be making my way over here to this side of the map because, like I said, this map is pretty echoey. It's always good to enter in through a pretty distant area. So I'm going to rappel up onto here. I see two of my teammates are coming through here. I didn't know that my teammates are already pushing inside, and I didn't see any bullet holes in that, so I assumed it got knocked out, but I think my teammates did shoot at it. So I'm going to stay watching that. They're getting killed meanwhile in there. I didn't have comms, like I said. Wasn't paying attention to the kill feed, and then I finally noticed that they were inside. So at this point, I heard someone break something. I didn't know exactly where it was at. Moving towards this window right here, I decided to start calling just in case we started getting pushed, I would want them to be able to grab the diffuser. And it was kind of just like to help them know that there was no one nearby. I did see the phone of the guy that was down, but I just wanted to make sure no one was going to attack him from behind. I'm kind of just doing a minor sweep of the area, making sure there's no one that is around these corners. Once I realized, I kind of just run over here. He already grabbed the diffuser, so that means they probably already droned out all this. We heard someone on the stairs, but I think they fall back when they heard all of us. So I started hacking the camera right here. My teammates left me, unfortunately, so I probably could have got killed very easily while hacking that. I did start hearing some echoing footsteps from over here. I didn't know exactly where they were from, so I decided to call again. I heard that they were in the rooms, so my best plan was kind of just to drop down. I thought that was a frost map. I should have just checked the thing. So right there, destroyed the cam. It was best if I destroyed it rather than just leave it there. Yeah, my team could have used it, but it's not watching anything. So right here, pretty bad aim. My aim starts to get better throughout the match. This was my second game. So I keep getting scanned, and I didn't know where from. Looked over to the side, found the Valkyrie cam. My teammate tried to rush inside. 30 seconds left right there. Once again, poor aim. That was just on my part, my bad, and on my part, not knowing where my sensitivity at. And then right there, I got pushed, and my other teammate was once again so far away from both me and the buck, unfortunately. We did end up losing that round. I got 0 kills, unfortunately. Really bad round. The more and more the deeper into the rounds you get, the better the plays become. This is me just laughing at that guy's name. Kind of funny. So right here, I saw, they're kind of going for fragging this time, so I decided to go with better support this time, but that can also frag out. Because we had Nomad support, Blackbeard, who again can sit back and be support, and then Finka, who's definitely support, and then Ash and I both 3 speeds that can push pretty hard with really good weapons. So this time I'm playing more to my team, and also I'm just really good with Maverick, so I decided to play him. This map isn't the best for his ability, and I kind of didn't push hard enough at any time to actually use his ability, but it's fine. At this point, I had heard somebody, and then I went to go get water. So I knew they were right there. I was going to leave my drone right here, but then Legion came around the corner. By the way, don't be that guy that chases drones down. Quick little complaint. Because as you'll see, he chased my drone all the way downstairs. Like, I know it's good to destroy drones, but it's a little toxic. So I always like to check the spawn pics, like I said. So I just jumped up here real quick, got behind this ramp, and checked that window right there. Like, put a couple pop shots in there. Checking if that window was broken again. All I knew was all clear. Pushed forward towards objective. Now I know bull is a really important rotation, so I go over to where the bull is, and I kind of just check that window, make sure it's not open. I see shots coming from there, but I knew Nomad was watching it, so I assumed it was her. Nomad was the person who broke that barricade. Right over here, I decided to use my torch to break this because it's silent and you won't hear any of it. Finka comes up and she comes to watch this. So my teammate right there, because we didn't have comms, started walking in front of me. I didn't realize I was watching the wall, honestly. So yeah, my teammate comes up, walks in front of me, unfortunately. So if someone would have came around the corner, I would have had to have tried to lay down or run away before I got shot. It's right there, broke the barrier. Once again, my teammate comes running right in front of me. So I go over back again to check bull, make sure that window isn't open, no one's looking through there. I realized all 3 of us were on that window, which was a really bad idea. So I start making my way over to this window. I was thinking about just jumping straight in, but I heard someone, so instead I just started holding the anger, then realized I had a drone. Threw out my drone, and right there I saw someone's feet, so kind of potatoed a little bit. It's fine, he didn't get too many shots off, but I was aiming head level, so I eventually got the headshot. Finka boosted, so I decided to run inside because there's only one enemy left. Right there I saw them, and I went to shoot. Fortunately, I missed my shots, plus Ash ran in front of me. Had I not gotten down, I would have killed my teammate, so that's a bit unfortunate. And I was kind of annoyed at this point because my teammates weren't using the mic, and we're just running in front of people constantly trying to get kills, so that Ash most definitely would have died had I not gotten downed. And that would have been a TK on my part, which would have been really unfortunate. So yeah, do not run in front of your teammates. Really bad idea. You also don't have to get as mad as I do. I'm just in the moment. Sometimes I can get pretty pissed. So right here, once again, we got a similar setup. We got Hibana this time. Hibana on this map is a okay choice, so that was a good choice by him to finally start doing. Once again, I went Maverick though. Maverick and Hibana can work in unison to, you know, I can destroy things at the bottom of the wall, such as mutes or whatever, as long as there's no Kaid. Yeah. So right here, once again, I was actually answering text a lot too. So sorry if I just stop with my drone in the middle every once in a while. I just don't want to do any cuts because I want you guys to see everything of what I do. Droning phase isn't too important, you know, you got 4 other teammates doing it. I don't think we actually find, I think we found 1 bomb this time. I see it's downstairs, so I start driving my drone towards this right here to watch. This kind of area, which is high traffic, so. Once again, I come out, and I'm of course going to check the spawn peaks again. I like to get on top of these boxes to check it, or just slow peek around the corner. So now that I've checked both the spawns, I kind of just move around back this way again. They are downstairs, so I remember that this door is right here, and this is normally a really good place to enter. Better if you have claymores. I saw that was barricaded. I just went back here just to check, make sure there was no one camping right around this area. They would have heard my drone, so that's why I kept jumping. So right here with Maverick, I made a silent little hole, and I just crawled through so that the barricade wouldn't make any noise. Kind of run over here. I got Finka boosted. I was a little bit more confident. Was looking for VTs just in case they try to break down the barricade. Started hearing noise, so I just went out and peeked. There, guy saw the shot marker, and I kind of heard him. Kind of got cover, lucky with this little area right here, and just held a little bit of an angle. I saw that they killed the Legion, so I just broke the barricade, not having to worry about him anymore. That was a Mozzie drone. I don't know how I missed it, unfortunately. So yeah, I am going to get droned out right here, and unfortunately I will get pinched, which kind of screws me over. Yeah, trying to go from head level to trying to shoot the drone. So right here, I heard him. Unfortunately, you know, faster fire rate. He already had the drop on me. I heard him a little bit too late. Had I heard him a bit earlier, or had I had comms on my teammates, I could have came and I could ask for help. Or if I would have just not wasted so many shots on the drone, if I didn't reload, if I would have just finished the reload animation, not shot the drone. There was a lot of stuff right there that I could have done right that I didn't do. We didn't have any useful drones, unfortunately. And right here, once again, we had no comms. They were both in positions, funny too, that they could have helped me. But once again, no comms. If you're playing with randoms, or if you have a random, please go into game chat. So right here, this Ash does end up clutching, I'm pretty sure. Or no, she comes close to clutching. So right here, she ends up planting. Good idea, bad spot to plant. She should have planted back in the other corner. Much harder spot to find. This they'll see the second they enter the room. Reloading is a good idea. So she comes around this corner. She gets shot by the Maestro a couple times. She holds an angle. She should have pushed forward and, you know, got a little bit more behind the brick. Right here, I went once again just to make sure there was no good drones, and there wasn't. She tries to rotate around, gets hit by a Legion, and this is where she messes up. She, number one, is leaning the wrong direction. Number two, just was crouch spamming and didn't peek, quick peek. She had breaching charges, I believe, still, and she had flashbangs. Had she used those instead of what, you know, she did, she could have, you know, flashed him, shot the breaching charge over there, doing damage to him. You know, he has an ACOG and an LMG. She has a assault rifle with a holographic sight. he had the advantage in every single way. Had she slow peeked, maybe got the headshot, threw a flashbang in there, a couple of them, listened for the defuse and then peeked. There's a lot of stuff that they could have done, but she did that completely wrong and handled the situation poorly. Right here I decided to play Valkyrie because they all pretty much went fraggers other than Legion. I see Bandit and Jaeger both as fraggers, even though their abilities are support. Ella as well, she is a 100% a fragger. Legion is a fragger in my opinion as well, but he's a 2-speed, so a little bit of support as well, and his Legion mines help a lot, so I don't question that guy's choice. Yeah, that was a very poor decision on them to all choose fraggers. I should have went somewhere more like Doc, but I thought the cameras would be useful. So again, I'm still kind of playing a little bit poorly this round. I get a little bit better. Put a camera right there to watch both those windows. It's a pretty okay spot, not easy to see. I put a cam in room, which is always a good idea, to put a cam to watch a room. And I knew that's the main room that they're going to plant in. The other room is kind of a poor room to plant in. There's so many, there's a wall that you can break that we normally leave soft. I'm sorry for the voice crack. And there's 2 entrances. So I come over here and I break this down. For some reason, there's still a bunch of drones on this map, even though I'm pretty sure they already found objectives. So I don't know why they're droning on this side of the map. But yeah. So I kind of just looked for the drone for a second, but threw my cam out anyways, just to watch. I wanted to stay somewhat in this area because they did see me. I assumed they would kind of try to push in from this area. Right here I was answering a text, and I saw the drone. Getting back on, I go on my cams, Valkyrie, you should always use your own cams, honestly. You shouldn't place down your cams as a Valkyrie and then expect your teammates to, use them for you. So I'm just gonna get on cams and watch. I see that Ash right there, and I decide to run over to the window, see if I can get a little peek off. And I see the drone. I assumed he was gonna be entering from this door right here, and I was right. He kind of was moving really fast though. I didn't get him with the C4, and he decided not to push me. He threw a grenade at one point, which was that right there. And then I believe he messed it up, so I hold the angle for a little bit. I ended up getting pushed a lot down here, so I kind of just stayed. Once again, when they knew where I was at, I assumed they were going to probably try to push me, and then I saw a drone, so I decided to just come back here, so only my head was showing. Because they do have ACOGs, they have the advantage, so if they can see as little of me as possible, would be useful. So I leave my head as the only target they can see. My aim was still really poor at this point. I get back on cams because I assumed I was in a pretty safe place. I heard some noise. That right there, I saw someone run by. Looked like a nook. So I started checking this area. I heard someone again run by that. That was Jackal right there. Yeah, it's like a horror movie. Everyone just keeps running by. Kind of funny. Then I see an Ash right there. I believe that's Ash. Oh no, Ash is already dead. Doesn't matter. So I see that person shooting at me. I get a couple pop shots off. They're trying to play it safe after I landed some shots, and they knew they didn't. So I knew they weren't going to push me at all. I was holding an angle just for a little bit just to see, and then I started rotating around. Moving around this way, kind of went a little bit wide, checking this angle. Saw pretty much no one. I heard a little bit of noise, but didn't think it was that important. So I started running up because it was only one of my teammates still alive, and I wanted to get towards objective. Now at this point, there's only two enemies alive, so I wasn't really too hasty about it, and I already knew that possibly one of them was injured. Right there, I had a cam watching, so I wasn't too scared about my backside. I started pushing up, knowing that the enemy is in there because of the camera that I put in there. They scanned, so right there, lagged a little bit, but I got the kill. I decided to rotate around to this room right here, and then I was kind of just going to wait for the ping, but they got the ping before I even needed to wait for it. Then I decided to listen for the diffuser. I heard him, but I didn't realize he'd be so far away so fast. Because, I assumed he would come in through the door. He wouldn't take the gamble of vaulting in. So right here I ended up clutching the round. Not too bad, not too good. It was just kind of a mediocre clutch, but my aim was getting a bit better at this point. Got the 2 headshots. That right there was a bit of a better round for me. Still wasn't the greatest. I probably could have helped my teammates a bit more. But it's fine. A round win is a round win. You had to have done something right in order to win the round. So now it's getting to the point where I knew I needed to start fragging a bit more because playing support wasn't, helping out too much. So I believe I decided to go Doc. Doc is a really good fragger, and then I saw that my teammate was playing Rook. Rook and Doc is a really good combination. If you pick up Rook plays with Doc, you're almost, unless you get headshotted, you're 100% guaranteed a down, right? So if you're always getting down, then you can always get yourself back up using your stems. So really good combination to have. Sorry for the voice crack once again. It's pretty late at night. My voice is really tired. I'm making this at 11:37. So right here, our teammate went AFK. I decided to reinforce that part of the wall, just because don't want to waste too much time. Started looking for that drone. So at this point, I knew I didn't really have too much set up. I had already wanted to place my camera here. This is a good spot to place the camera and watch this hallway right there. And, yeah, it's a pretty good high traffic area. I already knew kind of where I wanted to stay. I was thinking about camping back here, but then I realized that area when I entered through a round or two ago with Maverick was a high traffic area. Looked for that drone for a second, disappeared on me. I don't know. And it was a Twitch drone, so I wanted to try to find it, but it's whatever. I'd already heard someone by the door, and they broke it, so I started holding the angle on it. No one showed up, but it was okay camping. It was a little bit at the beginning of the round. Holding this angle was pretty important, so I just kind of kept on this angle as long as I could. Mainly just listening to sound, waiting. Kind of more watching my teammates. Sorry for the voice crack once again. Kind of just watching my teammates, making sure that nothing happened to them. At this point, I saw the line scan. I assumed they were going to push, so I kind of stood up and got ready to peek. I see my teammates weren't, dying, so I kind of was like, I might as well go push this a little bit more aggressively. I assumed that there was someone over by that window over there. So I decided to go check it. They shot the alibi, so I knew they're at the window now. Rotated back around to the doorway and kind of just waited, holding a little bit of an angle. Got the jackal right there. Reloaded immediately. Seemed that my team was dying now, so I decided to push a little bit more aggressively, but I didn't want to be loud because, I'm playing a thick boy op. Now I was the last alive. I saw the Twitch right there. Took her out pretty easily. I knew they were going to come for me from over here. Started holding the angle for a little bit, waiting for them to come. Then I saw the Hibana holes right there, and I took note of that. Saw the Hibana, ended up downing her and taking her out. Right here, decided to take the time to reload. I heard some sounds behind me, when she was in that area. I realized that she didn't have diffuser, or at least I didn't see it, so I kind of was a little bit worried about it. Decided to just, take a quick little second, calm down for a minute. My nerves were going through the roof when I'm in a clutch situation. Started collecting myself. When I pushed back forward, I went over here just to make sure she didn't have diffuser. Saw that she didn't. Heard some more noise. At this point, I kind of knew he was already going to plant, and I was kind of just waiting for, something. I went and checked both cams, saw that they were useless. At this point, I just overhealed and decided to make sure he wasn't rotating. At that point, right there was a bad idea. If he would have been standing right there, I would have died easily. Right there, I slow peeked, got the kill. I don't know what he was doing. Decided to go over to check where he was at, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Why I said what I did was a bad idea. So right here, he planted back behind this counter right there, and had he stayed right there, I would have died. If he would have held the angle on that door, the way I walked around it with my side turned to it, because I was scratching my nose, that would have 100% got me killed. But I was too much rushing to want to take a second to stop and scratch my nose. So bad idea, bad move on me. Luckily, he was kind of just standing in that corner, not really doing anything, which got me the kill pretty easily. So I realized Doc was probably going to be one of my main ops. He's a good fragger. He's pretty easy to play. He brings, good utility. I can always heal myself, my teammates, all that good stuff. I ended up playing this round a little bit poorly. I was going to play Frost because, you know, she's really good for that room, but luckily a teammate chose her instead. I was kind of contemplating who to play, but then I decided to go back to Doc because, you know, like I said, he was just a good combination. We have a lot of defense right now. I mean, I can frag pretty well with Doc. A lot of Valkyrie players are good at fragging. I've been getting used to playing Valkyrie lately, you know, using her camps for runouts and, you know, easy headshots for, you know, knowing exactly where they're at, getting the lineup. I took note of that window right there and remember that it was there. Knew that they're probably going to come from that area. I decided to set up my cam. So this is the round where I kind of got pinched in this room. So at this point, I was kind of just running around. I knew I didn't really have much setup to do. So I went back to that wall that I decided I wanted to put my cam on, put it there, and then kind of ran back over to where that window was, into that general area. I don't remember what I was doing at this point. Oh yeah, I went to go grab rook armor, that's right. So right here, just grabbed my rook armor, then went back to that window. Legion honestly should have put a goo mine on the window, which would have helped a lot. At this point, I realized I should have reinforced garage. It's kind of what I was saying in game chat right there, if you saw the little icon pop up. I heard it break, I started watching it, got the easy kill on Thermite, which I saw as something good. That's when I knew there's a lion. Then I heard the lion shooting from behind me. Now, that wasn't my biggest priority because I didn't. Lion has, you know, claymores and concussions, if I'm not mistaken. So I wasn't really worried about him all too much, and I didn't see a hole yet, so kind of wasn't worried about that. I didn't think he was going to push him over there. Now that I saw the hole, I decided to make a wide angle and kind of just go peek it a little bit. Then he started doing this again. At this point, they knew I was in there from when I killed that Thermite, and I hadn't thought about that. Honestly, I should have rotated upstairs and went around or rotated to the room. I started hearing sound from over there, pinging everything. Because once again, I didn't have comms with my teammates, I couldn't tell them that I needed help. There was no way in this situation that I could have helped. I heard them break that window up there and push in or something up there, but they were walking around up on the catwalk. And I just ended up where I getting killed from was the stairs. So I start pinging everything, you know, trying to, you know, tell them where they're at. I saw that drone pop down. That drone's what really got me killed. Then I accidentally stepped to the side and started getting scanned. I see the one right there and then get pushed by the knock on the left. In that situation, there was I could have crouched and stayed behind that because I saw the knock, but I decided to try to go for the kill on the other guy. I could have crouched. Probably would have time to put on my stem heal because I don't think the knock would have pushed too hard, and then, you know, switch back to my MP5 or even just crouch and, you know, hold up angle with my MP5, get the kill on knock, and then kill the jackal, I believe is what that was. So right here, this was played really poorly by our teammate. I knew they had comms, so I knew they would probably give shoutouts. I wasn't trying to do too much. I scanned right there. She ends up getting that kill. Our teammate ended up losing a gunfight that he should have not lost. Right here, I scan, it didn't scan, and then I scan again. For some reason, it still didn't tag her. So at this point, I'm kind of just watching cams, trying to help out with scanning at least, because I know controlling and scanning can be a bit difficult at the same time to do. So I was just getting ready to scan, watching this area where I last saw her, checking those cams, make sure they're useful. I probably should have stayed in garage cams because you guys are watching the other ones. Now he starts planting, and our teammate honestly should have made his way back to the rooms much sooner. It ends up making us lose right here. So our teammate tries pushing in from this direction over there. And his teammates, I guess, were just really bad at the callouts. He really should have pushed in from that angle right there and, you know, pushed in from the door is what should have happened. But he decided to run around. The guy was standing right in the doorway, but I don't think his teammates had good enough headphones to hear that, unfortunately. So right there, as you can see, so that gun right there, that gun fight should not have been, you know, on this guy's favor. He pulled out the deagle. We were scanning him, and our teammate for some reason wasn't paying attention to the scans and ended up dying. Had he been paying attention to the scans and just held one angle and watched the scans, he could have won that easily, or just played a bit more aggressively. Sorry if you hear background noise right now. So at this point I realized that, you know, visual is going to be useful. Everyone is using impacts though, so the impacts that I was, planning on, being useful kind of went out of the door, but, I can frag pretty well with visual, so I decided to stay with him. That's kind of just more a personal choice. I just didn't feel like playing Doc anymore. I don't like being a thick operator, so I decided to go with a little bit of someone faster. Just my preference, but, I'm still good with Doc. I was gonna, use my impacts on that, but he decided to, so saved me the trouble. I decided to go over here and reinforce. So really at this point, when I'm doing reinforcing, I'm kind of thinking about where I want to go from here. I realized the rook starting to place on his armor. But I ended up running upstairs, seeing if I could get the quick little spawn peek. So, kind of come over here. They were kind of playing more passive, and I assumed that. So I decided to watch the top of the ramp. So I just made it out the other side and watched the ramp. I ended up hearing shots from Ash coming through, so I ended up running away. Going back down these stairs. That shot almost hit me right in the head. If anyone saw that, was kind of funny. I would have been so mad if that would have killed me. So I decided to rotate back around. I started hearing noises coming from over here by Catwalk, and then I hear noises behind me. Someone started shooting out that barricade right there. No one ever comes to it, but I decided to watch it just because. And once again, I was kind of just waiting to see if my teammates really needed my help down at objective. Because if my teammates start dying, then I know to push towards objective to go help them. We still had plenty of time though, so I wasn't too worried about it. I didn't think the enemy was going to be pushing too aggressively at all, so I wasn't worried about a plant going down, especially with lesions everywhere and frosts. So I kind of was just waiting around, started wide angle, peeking that, making sure there's no one there. Just go back and started watching this. I just kind of sit here for a little bit, roaming pretty far, just in case I could go get a peek from somewhere. I go peek this real quick, see that there's no one up here. I decided to rotate back downstairs. Heard gunshots going off, decided that my teammates needed my help, looking at their health. Frost was being dead and Rook kept taking damage. So I checked that angle real quick, and then I start pushing in through over here. I see that they start getting some of the kills. I kind of just make myself invisible to the drone. Watch this right, watch that window right there. I tried pinging, but I ended up missing the arrow. So I heard the knock place down a breaching charge right on this wall right here. So the breaching charge, kill the knock. This hole actually is something that comes in really useful. It's rotation I probably should have made earlier, but had I made it, I would have heard the knock. So it kind of played in my favor that I ended up forgetting about it. So I started rotating back around behind where the knock was, just in case there's another teammate in there. I see the gridlocks right here. I didn't want to reveal my position. I knew exactly where she threw him in from. So I go and I check that window. Had I probably held him a little bit longer of an angle on it, or just broken it and ran out, probably could have got her, but I was trying to play it safe. My teammate was pretty low on health. So I just destroy the gridlocks with my impact and run around, get the kill. I walked over here because I knew that Zofia was going to try to push pretty hard. And then I started getting shot from the Finca right there. I saw the timer, so I kind of just playing time right there. I got lucky that the Zofia potatoed and I ran away. Right there, yeah, I ran away. It's whatever. I kind of pussied out, but better run away and, win the round than to try to face her and lose that gunfight at lower HP with trying to reload and everything. So, in my opinion, that round was pretty well played out. I did a lot of good stuff in that round. So, once again, I was kind of just thinking of who to play. I decided to go back with Maverick again when attacking. So, overtime match point. Right now we're up I was kind of being a little bit still on the safe side, but a little bit more comfortable. You know, that fact that we were 1 up gave me some breathing room. Right here, answering more text. Sorry about this. Sometimes I like to just stop with my drone and listen. It can help sometimes. I was also answering text. So, right there, I saw where all my teammates' drones were, so I kind of had an idea of where they were. So I assumed that they were somewhere on that side of the map. So once again, check the spawn peaks, check that garage door, check my ping. So I saw that they had kind of scanned where the bomb was. I'd heard something over there, so I went to go look, but kind of was just watching to see where the buck would go. I assumed he had droned that out. Watching this to make sure that buck wouldn't get shot from the side. And then he goes to drone, so I knew from that angle the guy wouldn't be able to see him. Once again, just checked one more time, because, you know, the second they see a drone, they go to probably peek. I break this again using my thing to just be silent about it. Look through the hole. Started hearing some noise. Ran back over here. I went downstairs. So I decided that I didn't really see anyone, but I want to make sure I wasn't just gonna jump in. It's always good just to make sure with your drone before jumping in anything. That's all. My teammate was on the stairs somewhere over there, and my teammate was right to the right, so I saw that I had a pretty open area. Then I heard some noise back there. Kind of just saw my teammate back there, but then he died. I know the Legion's trying to push pretty aggressively to try to get away from that area before we pushed him. I saw him kind of run by and then got the headshot. So right here I kind of push in. I didn't want to push too hard because I saw that hole was open and I wasn't sure if anyone was to the left. Right here I kind of just checked to that side. I wanted to make sure no one was going over there because I thought I heard something. Then my other teammate died. I missed the person that was right there. Got the Ella. I ran straight across, assuming I wasn't going to get shot. I'm getting a pretty lucky headshot on the dock. I mean, I was shooting it relatively head level at the cavi at first, but ended up getting the dock. I heard someone melee something over here, so I heard crouch walking around. Ended up seeing the Mozzie. Got the pretty easy headshot had he been on his drone. Had he not been on his drone, he probably would have killed me. So, walking around this area, I did the flashbang. I'd seen that I only had 15 seconds left. I assumed the cavi was still over there somewhere when I didn't know that there was a hole right there, so I kind of peek out, but then I heard her move, and that little bit of sound got me to where I had just barely fast enough to turn around and get the headshot, which ended up winning us the round and the game. So there's 3 clutch rounds in there, and so I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If this helped you at all in any way, please leave a like.